The Fed says it is developing an experimental digital currency. It's all here and it's all unfolding. The Federal Reserve announced it is building and testing a hypothetical digital currency equivalent of cash. Hypothetical, yeah, okay. No, there is nothing hypothetical about this. This New World Order is unraveling. The beast system is rising. That means control, Big Brother tracking, a cashless society digital currency, the mark of the beast system, a one world religion. Yesterday's historic peace still paves the way for that one, by the way, and so much more, all of which is unfolding now. We've warned for years that 2020 would be the kickoff of major changes for the New World Order, and you are seeing that. There's no denying that. Bernard is a member of the U.S. Federal Reserve's Board of Governors, where she serves as administrative governor and chair of the committees on financial stability, Federal Reserve Bank affairs, consumer and community affairs, and payments. We are taking the time and effort to understanding the significant implications of digital currencies and central bank digital currencies around the globe, Bernard says. Researchers at the Brookings Institution in a paper last month said that a central bank digital currency has progressed in the past few years from a bold, speculative concept to a seeming inevitability. So, inevitability, or inevitable, the quality of being certain to happen. But yeah, it's just hypothetical, huh? In the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, or plandemic, they say pandemic, but I call it plandemic. The prominent economists have noted that a digital currency would have made it easier for the government to send stimulus checks to workers. So I wonder if that's what that's about. They could also use the so-called coin shortage to their advantage. They could use the transfer of money between people to their advantage also, and say that a digital currency could help stop spread of COVID. Bernard noted that China has moved ahead rapidly on its version of a central bank digital currency. So what, are we following China now? Is this just a race to the finish line? No, either way, the world will go cashless and there will be a global digital currency in a cashless society where you have to take the mark of the beast to be able to buy or sell under the New World Order beast system. Now, with every move you make being tracked and watched also, it's coming, and each day is another step closer. We are actually witnessing this beast system rising. These are in fact biblical times. Now, if you are not religious, and I'm just referring to believing in God or, a higher power, I do not judge you whatsoever, and I'm still here. But even as a non-believer, I'm sure you see these changes taking place. Everything that was prophesied to happen is literally happening right before our eyes. Yesterday's peace treaty was a huge step. They are even working on the rise of the third temple in the Holy Land. That is a big thing missing, but it's happening. Everything is setting itself up at the same time. According to Tom Mayer, a professor in Bible theology at Shasta Bible College and graduate school in California, he says U.S. plans are now underway for a third temple that will be soon constructed in Jerusalem. So you've got the whole world changing, what they refer to as global warming, but it's really birth pangs, and those will increase. You've got the New World Order beast system rising. You've got the peace still playing out. You've got the start to the third temple, and you've got so many other prophecies all playing out at the exact same time. Like I said before, it seems like it's all coming together. Now, people can sit here and say, oh, but my parents and grandparents thought this was the time also. But never ever has there ever been so many prophecies all playing out at the same exact time, not to mention the big ones. So your parents' time and your grandparents' time was always missing the big prophecies that must take place. For example, the peace still in the third temple, plus many more. They are all taking place and happening right now at the same time. This is definitely biblical and prophesied. And unfortunately, eventually, you will have to make some pretty tough choices. This year was absolutely nothing compared to what's coming. I don't say that to scare anyone. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I say that more to prepare everyone. Now, the best thing you can do is to be spiritually and mentally prepared for the times to come, while also being physically prepared by continuing to stock up, plant things, keep seeds, learn these ways, learn to live off the land. Non-believers might not look at it the same way we do, and that's fine. That's their decision. I do not judge them for that one bit. But as a believer, not taking the mark of the beast system would mean having to find another way to feed your family. Keep that in mind while preparing. What would you need to do? What kind of things would you need if and when you couldn't shop for these things? Or if you couldn't get a job, Another thing, you see the trend, save the children / save our children. Some say that the Bill Gates took over one or whatnot. So either way, it's save the children or save our children. That's a great awakening happening. People are finally waking up to the evil that is going on. The horrifying reality of just how far the trafficking goes. Now, I did this post in 2016 on Pizzagate emails and the Comet Ping Pong deal. No one wanted to believe it then. I think it was just too horrible to believe. But it's the sick, disgusting, horrible truth. Under this beast system comes the normalization of pedophilia. Normalizing, conditioning, and grooming children to think that this is okay. This is the evil under the beast system. It's in children's TV shows, movies, books, music, toys, and all entertainment. So keep standing up for the children.
I'm connecting stupid little boys. Stupid little boys. You know that this video is what real heroes do. And on to Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island. But the law. Suppose they know. No. It's never comes back. Why?
Now, the beast system is evil. This also consists of the loss of our national independence and freedom and the rise of the global governance. Always remember order out of chaos. So when you see them, pushing chaos with a lot of things that are going on right now, and fear and chaos, that's where they get their order. Their order will come out of chaos. And you have the UN newworldorder.org, where they talk about the 2030 goals. Now remember, these goals put us in an evil global governance New World Order. And 2020, in their own words, is the year that they start to push for all the goals to be implemented and in place by the year 2030. They state 2020 needs to usher in a decade of ambitious action to deliver the goals by 2030. So usher in, the start, kickoff. The plan was always to start the kickoff in 2020. That's exactly why everything is happening as it is. Now these next 10 years will be something else, trust me. And look at some of these headlines. Now tell me this doesn't look like Big Brother and Control. We can see where this is going pretty much. And it's all about compliance. So here's one. A Florida couple has been jailed for breaking COVID-19 quarantine. Neighbors videotaped the couple and then handed the tape over to the Key West police. There were complaints from the neighborhood of them continuing to be outside, going about normal life functions. An officer took the video to the judge, and the judge signed the warrant. Okay, here's another. Kentucky couple fit with ankle monitors, placed on house arrest for refusing to sign quarantine documents. A Kentucky couple was fitted with ankle monitors and placed on house arrest after the wife tested positive for coronavirus, but refused to sign self-quarantine documents, according to reports. Says Elizabeth Linscott said she got tested for COVID-19 as a precaution because she was planning to visit her parents in Michigan. She received a positive test result but showed no symptoms. She said the Hardin County Health Department asked her to sign documents agreeing to call them at any time she left her house. This young mother claims she never refused to self-quarantine, but said she would not sign the documents because of how they were worded. I think she said they were worded really weird. So I don't blame her. After opting not to sign the health department papers, Linscott said she received a text message informing her that the situation would be escalated and that law enforcement would be involved. Her husband, Isaiah, said he was greeted by officers at the front door later that week. He said, I opened up the door, and there's like 8 different people. 5 different cars, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? This guy's in a suit with a mask. It's the health department guy, and they have 3 papers for us. For me, her, and my daughter, Isaiah said. The couple said that they were fitted with ankle monitors that go off if they stray more than 200 feet from their home. Plus multiple other arrests for things like not wearing face masks. Some places with $1,000 fines and 6 months in jail for no face mask. Now that's all about control and compliance, the New World Order. Now don't forget the extras with all the isolation facilities, such as like the Arkansas National Guard transporting its COVID-19 patients to isolation facilities. So we're moving closer and closer towards that New World Order beast system. There's so much to talk about, but I've already made this video long, so I'll stop for today. But please keep everything I said in mind, and this is a definite New World Order watch.